All right, welcome. We are going to do a little interview for the first part of the faculty project. So basically, what we got here is I emailed faculty member with this question, and I asked these 4 questions. Do you have any ideas? What size and location? What materials? How many items? Okay, so now what I'd like to do is just touch base a little bit more. You were interested in the Odyssey, which
Correct.
is awesome.
Yes.
And you're interested in a map, something like that?
Yeah, I'm thinking some sort of maybe like 3D or just like bringing a map to life of Odysseus's journey in the Odyssey.
Mm-hmm. So if you look right here, basically what we have a couple options.
Okay.
We have 3D printer, which probably wouldn't be the best choice for this because our bed size is about 6 inches by 6
Gotcha.
inches by 6 inches. So we could make a real small one, but that's not super ideal for us right now. I'm thinking probably a laser map.
Okay.
So the print bed size for that is 24 inches by 24 inches.
Okay.
So I think if we made it about that size, it is about a board game size.
Yeah, that's kind of what I had in mind.
Which should work. And then what we could do is we could layer it, and we could do a couple different layers. So since it's in the Mediterranean, lots of water, we could potentially do the base layer as like blue.
Yeah.
And then we could decide whether we want brown or green or whatever, a layer on top. And then possibly a third layer, or maybe we just keep it at 2.
Yeah.
So that would be possible.
Awesome.
So the trick here is when we do this, the important part is to have a good image that we can pull from, because basically we can see that image and then we can use a program, CorelDRAW, to kind of modify it to be able to use a laser cutter with it. But it's important to have an image that you are happy with and that we think we can do. Awesome. So I briefly looked up a couple, Odysseus journey.
There, yep.
All right. So anyway, so if we go to images and look at a couple of these, we can talk a little bit about, like what would be potentially a good image. Like this would be awesome, but like probably a little too detailed.
Super detailed, yeah.
But the laser allows us to put in like text, like we could burn in some text to it. So if there's
like if we were labeling like the location.
Yes. And so if you have, and I don't know how many locations you talk about. You talk about all of the locations?
We don't always do all of them. We do like the big, Circe's Island and the Cave of the Cyclops. Like those would be our big one, handful of them.
So possibly what we could do then is we could take an image and then we could insert our own custom text to be exactly what you would want to say.
Okay.
Probably not right now, but I think it would be fun. Like down the road, we could do like a board game or something.
Oh, absolutely.
An Odysseus board. I don't know.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll have to think about that. That would be fun.
So, but anyways, like something like that. All right. So we would look through here. This could work. It's somewhat simple. Yeah. You could decide whether you want lines in it or not.
Okay.
That's up to you.
Or maybe just like numbers of like, this is where it starts in Troy and then goes. Yeah. Okay.
So basically the idea is that the goal is for you. And basically, do you have an idea of where you're going to want to put it, or do you not, or not necessarily yet?
Ideally I just want something that I can keep in my classroom to use for future lessons. So it's just something that could be like, I could store it on top of my bookshelf if it's that size or something.
That's completely fine. The only reason I ask is because typically these, I don't know, are your walls concrete?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
2 or 3 of them are.
Okay. Because we can install it on concrete.
Oh, okay.
But it would just be an additional thing that we would probably just drill a screw, screw in and put a hanger on the back and hang it. So if you want that would be fine. The only thing with that is potentially, depending on how we design it, it wouldn't be able to lay flat because there'd be a little hanger on the back. So it just depends on what you want. We could also
think about it,
we could also drill a hole. So that would be an additional thing to think about. So basically the other things that we got is we brainstormed. So I'm going to write down some notes of what I got. Measurements, I think 24 by 24 would be fine.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is produce a virtual mock-up. So I'm going to make what I think would be a reasonable thing. But what I'm going to ask for you before that is some images that you think would be reasonable. And if you don't like the text
To
in
tell
the
you what-
images. So maybe write down what text you'd
Okay.
like me to
I will
have
work on that today.
in that. And again, I realize we don't have to have that quick of a turnaround, but
Still.
but anyways, so then I will get you a rendered version of that to what it kind of will look like,
Okay.
and then we can decide on colors. We can decide on other
Awesome.
things after that. All
Sounds
right,
great.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank
Thanks
you.
for
I'm
letting me
excited
pester
about
you.
this.
All right,
No worries.
fantastic. All right, and we are maybe